Today on Suncoast View, a Suncoast teen is in some hot water for a promposal. We'll discuss.
Suncoast history comes to life on stage with song and dance and members of our legal community. We'll preview We Are Sarasota with the West Coast Black Theater Troupe.
And the good news from Goodwill is that girl power is alive and well on the Suncoast. We will learn about the Smart Girl Initiative. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, everyone. I was going to say welcome, happy Monday, but that's because I wasn't here on Monday. It's Tuesday. This is my Monday. Stephanie Roberts is off today, but we're very happy to have two of our favorite guest hosts. We have Nate Jacobs from West Coast Black Theater Troupe.
Welcome. I'm glad to be back.
We are very glad you're here. And Veronica Brandon Miller from Goodwill, Minnesota.
I'm always happy to be here.
Yes, well, we're thrilled to have you both.
Okay, did that come from Goodwill?
Yes, it did. I was waiting for you.
I was waiting too. Linda always asks.
I'm always so jealous. I mean, it's gorgeous. Look at those earrings. They're beautiful.
And they're not heavy, which I was kind of nervous about. But yeah, go ahead, ask me the set.
All from?
Goodwill, $4.99.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
As if you didn't need another reason to shop at Goodwill. Right. Well, Nate, I don't know if you can make it over there because you're very busy. You have...
I do make it in Goodwill.
But you have so much going on. I know we're going to be learning about We Are Sarasota, which is, you're about to work with so many of the great groups, but you also are still running Soul Man at West Coast Black Theater Troupe.
Yeah, we just opened actually about a week ago, and it is receiving rave reviews already. It is a piece about 1960s soul music and fiery artists like James Brown, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Wilson Pickett, and their music, because they were different artists in the 60s. There was a lot of craziness going on, and these guys were like soothing salve to the nation. Doing a lot of crazy things that was civil rights movement and everything. Yes. This whole season was around the pivotal period era of the 60s. So we ended it on a big high with this show.
Yes. Well,
fun.
The shows always sell out, so you won't want to wait. And you said that you just added a couple performances.
We had to add two because it's selling out so quick.
So do not wait. That is through May 27th, Soul Man. You can get your tickets at westcoastblacktheater.org. And we're going to be learning a little more later on about another collaboration that you are doing. But first, we want to welcome two new faces to our kitchen. We have Barry from Motorworks Brewing and Kevin from Empire Oyster. So beer and oysters sounds like a good combo. What are we going to be doing today?
Absolutely. So we are actually doing a big event this weekend that we'll get into in a bit, but we paired up and actually made a couple of beers with oysters, and you guys are going to get to try some of the oysters, learn how to make a sauce, as well as see why and how we paired up a couple of our beers with these oysters to kind of showcase the highlights of both of those, the oysters and the beer.
I love this. So this is an event coming up on April 28th. We're going to learn more about it, but obviously beer and oysters are a big part. And Kevin, I got to ask you, we know Barry from Motorworks Brewing, of course, but you from Empire Oyster, you have a very interesting title, and I'm going to butcher it, so I'm going to ask you to say what it is. I called it Mermelier earlier, and I know that's not the case.
Yeah, so it's a title I had to invent because I couldn't find a way to describe exactly what I do. It's Mermelier. So it's like a sommelier for oysters.
Oh.
So
Are oysters an aphrodisiac?
oh, you better believe it, sweetheart.
Uh-oh, watch out. All right, so Linda and the rest of us will be heading into the kitchen.
I got 60 here for you.
Later on. All right. Uh-oh. Linda, we might have to keep you at your desk for a while.
Keep her away from those oysters.
Yes. Well, we're excited to learn more. And obviously, oysters have so many different flavors. It makes sense that you would have someone who could guide you through the different flavor profiles. Well, someone who is guiding us through Sarasota and the Suncoast is Veronica. Veronica, I saw that you tried improv, which is something so many people are afraid to try, but you're doing this as part of a whole year. Tell us about what you're doing.
So I turned 50 this year, so I'm doing 50 unique experiences. And I said, you know what? I love going to improv. And if you haven't been to improv, it's Friday and Saturdays, correct, at the Florida Studios. And one of the times I got something in the mail and I said, do you know what? They have a class. And I want to go. My husband's like, oh, please don't. And I'm like, no, I am. But I got to tell you this. It's so enriching. The very first class, though, there is a term called, you've taken it, right? Yes and. So instead of somebody on stage doing something strange and you go, the audience doesn't want to see that, so you say yes and someone threw a snap at me and I'm like, what do I do with this snap? But it's yes and. Well, this past week I'm in the executive leadership class for Goodwill Industries International, and there's a whole program called Yes and. I'm like, I know this, and I went like this, and I thought, it doesn't translate
Some of the
same
games,
way.
yes,
Yeah,
some of
they
the
thought I
games
was
in
nuts.
class do not translate into regular life. But you're right, and I know a lot of corporations across the country are using improv for team building, for training, for just for listening skills.
Well, for getting along with each other, yes and sounds like a really good way.
Exactly, because it keeps the conversation going.
Yes, I will take your idea and I will add on to
well,
it.
here.
I got
There
it.
you go.
All right. There we go. All right, it's
right.
a snappy day. Well, I love that you're doing this because so many people are afraid of improv. They're afraid to get on the stage. So I love that you do this.
Yeah,
Yes, and
brave.
I literally am the most uptight person in my class. I realize this.
I
because
cannot
everyone is
believe
like
No.
this.
Who is in your class? Guns N' Roses? I mean,
But it's loosening me
Oh,
up.
you
I
were a
love
beauty
it.
queen
I
at
know.
one time. You're not afraid of the stage.
and you know, you collaborate with so many different people in the community and everything. And I always think you didn't wake up this morning and know exactly what you were going to say. So we all improv. We all improv every
the
day.
time.
Well, good. I'm very glad. And we're going to follow your 50 things because they all sound like great ideas. Well, it is time for our first hot topic. And race relations are making headlines at Sarasota's Riverview High School. A student's promposal has gone viral, not for a good reason. He's drawn criticism for being racist. The sign says, if I was black, I'd be picking cotton, but I'm white, so I'm picking you for prom. Users on Twitter and other social media sources voiced their concern about the student, about the girl who allegedly accepted the proposal, and about the school district as a whole as far as how they are handling the situation. The student is under investigation by the school district. What do we need to do to teach students that these words have meaning and that what they do has consequences?
Oh, we've got to have classes. Education.
Right.
Oh, what an insult. Nate, how do you feel about
talk
that?
to these parents, because that's
Yeah.
where it really comes from. I mean, for them to feel that they can come into the world and, make comments like that. I mean, in today's society,
The conversation has to keep going because it's funny. Last week, I was listening to a conversation and it wasn't malicious, but the guy goes, for cotton picking reason. We have got to change the way we speak, and it is through education because there are so many things.
Yeah, maybe a whole class on what not to say.
Oh, yeah.
What the true meaning
and
of
how
this is.
offensive it is.
Yes,
because
yes.
A lot of young people, they don't have sensitivity to those kinds of words. To them, it is just a joke because they have very little relativity of the times
Yes.
that
That's
these slogans or phrases or what have you come from. They have no relevance to that. They go, so what? I said so and so. And so they need sensitivity, so that is training.
There are
And,
many
teaching.
phrases that have roots in slavery, and I remember a few years ago I said something off the cuff, and someone pointed it out to me. I was mortified, and I've never used that phrase again, and it's something that I would have never drawn. This is his sign is. There's no misunderstanding what he's saying there. That
just
slave
stupid.
picking cotton
Stupid.
reference. What did he think? What was he
Yeah,
trying
there
to
was
get
so many
out of it? There was
different
nothing
choices he could have
charming.
used, but that's just like crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I went on his Facebook because I wanted to
Yeah.
see what would make him do this. But if you look, he did a lot of terms out of context, and he probably thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So
And he's 17 or 16.
Yeah.
He actually is 18, we found out, which is why they're no longer blurring his face. But yes, you are. He's still
He's a kid. He's a kid. And we've all said dumb things and then put tape over our mouths. So we just need to train kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, this means that you can be humiliated if you do say the wrong thing. So it's a good lesson
Well,
there.
And to Linda's point, one of the criticisms on social media from a lot of people in our community is saying, punish him privately, but stop making a spectacle of him because we're making him into a superstar. We're making him into a hero, even though it's for the wrong reasons. We're still giving him a lot of publicity, which I guess even we're doing now.
I don't think he's appreciating all this publicity.
I
think
not.
It's humiliating, and I think we teach people the right things to say. I'll bet there was no cruel intent there, just rhyming words and a really stupid choice.
I can't understand the intent there, but at 18, I hope that he is learning a lesson that will carry him into his life, and then he'll spread a message of, well, you really got to be careful what you say and who you're going to offend.
I hope everybody learns from this.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just another lesson that everything on social media is put out there for everyone.
And the truth is, it's better to learn from somebody else's lesson.
Yeah.
So all the kids out there, take note of this and don't make a fool of yourself.
Keep your promposals charming. Bringing the charm back.
Exactly.
Well, switching gears for a minute, many of us are looking for the key to life's happiness. Well, a new study says that for men, it starts with being more academically successful than your parents. The study suggests that men feel distress if they don't meet their parents' education level. So much stress that it is actually comparable to experiencing a divorce. Interestingly enough, women were not significantly affected by their parents' education level. What do you think? Nate, do you experience this? Do you feel whether academically or anything that there's
not me, as my parents, had a whole nother thing going on anyway. My father, he had to stop school, I think, around the 8th grade because he had to work in the fields. He's from Georgia. My mother finished high school, but they got married, so she fought everybody to marry my father. So it was my oldest brother that set the standard for, I have 10 siblings. And my oldest brother was like the perfect role model. I mean, he said everything. It was like my mother would say, you either go to the military or you go to college. And my oldest brother was just hand in hand with her. So all of my brothers, I have 9 brothers and 1 sister. And we just lined up and everybody, oh my God, all these boys and everybody's on the straight and narrow. Well, my oldest brother took up that responsibility and helped us all kind of guide our lives a certain way. But there was like, I have to match this because that's what everybody was celebrating and that was everybody was raving about. And so you knew that that was the measuring stick. It wasn't a crazy mental thing. And my oldest brother didn't put too much pressure on us, but subconsciously, that was always in the back of my head.
You didn't want to be the one that messed up.
Right.
Do you think it's interesting that it's not as significant for women in this study?
I don't think they expected that much from women. I have heard, though, that the best gift a man can give his son is to be a failure because then the son can top him easily.
I mean, it may have its roots in that, men always thinking, I have to be the provider. I have to make so much and bring home so much and have the nicest car and provide for my family. But I think women share that now, so it isn't interesting.
Yes.
Well, it's always, anytime we can bring the battle of the sexes, and Nate, whenever there's another guy at the table, I like to bring out the studies for them, so I don't have to take it alone. Well, sometimes it is more than just a TV show, especially when it inspires your career of choice. A recent study found that women who were fans of the hit show The X-Files were more likely to enter STEM fields, that's science, technology, engineering, and math, later in their careers. 63% of those who were familiar with Gillian Anderson's character Scully on The X-Files said that she positively impacted their view of science and technology. So this effect is now known as the Scully effect. This obviously shows that what we watch impacts us even when we don't realize this. Did anything impact you in your career?
The comics. That was our answer, I guess, to TV. Brenda Starr was in the comics. She was a reporter at a newspaper. She had great hair and a really sexy boyfriend and black orchids, and she wrote for the newspaper. I was the editor of my high school newspaper, college, because I wanted to be Brenda Starr. And I still have a thing that goes on my desk that says Brenda Starr. So I'm still
from a comic strip. Yes. What about any pop culture? That girl.
Oh yes, I love
Marla
that.
Thomas.
I remember when I moved to Washington D.C. I did that twirling around. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in a big city. So yeah.
Nate, what about you?
I always was drawn to comedy. I actually would watch Carol Burnett a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the theater bug kind of stirring in me. And my mother was like, why would you watch that crazy woman? But to me, it was really, really funny. I've always drawn to a lot of comedy, but one particular character, no, but it was just great comedy. And so I'm a comedian today. I do that. And our director said, you're extremely observant, but I would be fascinated how the writing of the sketches came out. I'm like, wow, that's a great idea. But if I did it, I would have them say this or that. I didn't know that was the bug that one day I would do what I do today. But it always fascinated me as a kid. I would sit there all day long. The only one in my family, I would be there by myself watching comedy all the time.
And you know what? A lot of those crazy women you put into your aunt. What is
Right?
She?
Aunt Rudell.
Yes,
Rudell, he
your
plays this
characters.
great character, and you are so perfect because you did watch everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
see?
I
And,
didn't
and
know
Carol
it
Burnett
was
was
sticking,
also
but it
Carol
was.
Burnett was also kind of in charge of the whole thing while being a great performer like herself. So I see the similarities, Nate. It's a nice reminder that what we watch actually will impulse.
How about you? You can answer.
I actually watched talk shows as I was a kid. I really did. I
he
watched
talks a lot.
Maury Povich, Jenny Jones, Vicki Lawrence, Oprah, all of them. So I
Wow.
don't know. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Oh, it's on when you were
It's just a nice reminder that whatever you watch will affect you later. Well, it is time to check in with our happy hour forecast. But when we come back, we have some good news from Goodwill.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert weather forecast. Beautiful weather right now. Some drier air has settled in behind a frontal system. You see some heavy rainfall now along the east coast and down to our south near West Palm Beach. Currently, we have sunshine and 77 degrees. Dew point is at 62. That's much lower than it has been, and the humidity lower, 60%. As a result of that dew point, temperature now 79. Currently in Jacksonville, it's 76 in Tallahassee, 77 here in Sarasota, 85 in Orlando, 88 still in Miami. That front has not made its way through there yet. 83 in Key West, and temperature 74 up in Pensacola. Our evening planner looks spectacular. Look for mostly fair skies. Temperatures into the upper 60s by 11 o'clock under clear skies. We're not anticipating any problems with fog as a result of the drier air that has settled in behind the front, and it looks as though the futurecast is indicating no real threat of any significant rainfall either. Just a little bit of high clouds moving across our area overnight. We'll have more in our forecast coming at 5. See you then.
Here on Suncoast View, we know young women can do anything if they put their heads and their hearts into it. But sometimes they still need some connections and a support system. In today's Good News from Goodwill, Vice President Veronica Brandon Miller is here to tell us about the Smart Girl Initiative. She is with Ashley Grant from SRQ Media and 5th grader Katie Tallman. Welcome, guys. We're so happy to have you here today. Now, Ashley, this is a part of your Women in Business initiative, right?
Yes, it is.
Tell me about that.
So the Women in Business initiative was started 5 years ago. We sent out a call to the community and asked them to send us names of exemplary women that they thought deserved recognition. And we were overwhelmed by the response. There were over 400 names that were submitted. And we sent those names to out-of-market judges. We had them select a panel of 12. And those women formed our first leadership circle. And we've done it ever since. Every year we have a Hear Me Roar luncheon, which is actually this week, but is sold out. Unfortunately, you can't. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I just wish everybody could attend. But yeah. So the Women in Business Initiative runs certain programs that foster professional opportunities, career networking, and brainstorming among women of all ages.
And so Smart Girl is one of those.
Smart Girl is one of those, yes.
Tell me about that. What is it?
Smart Girl is curated networking for young middle school girls in Sarasota and Manatee counties. And the way that it works is that we have a luncheon for the girls, and we invite our leadership circle and some specially invited members of the community to come and mentor these girls. We provide them with workshops, hands-on workshops, soft skills training, and one-on-one mentoring. And it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful afternoon. We have everything from how to start your own business to how to learn the tools that you need to for the particular career that you want to be in. And we pick women based on the questionnaires that the girls fill out who are in those fields that the girls are interested in.
And of course, we have one of those young ladies right now. Katie, congratulations, you're a smart girl.
Yes, she is.
Tell me what you do in the program.
In the program of Girls Inc.
Yes, in the program of Smart Girl, the Smart Girl Initiative.
Smart Girl Initiative, I learned about a lot of different careers that I never thought that I would be interested in, and it was a great opportunity to build up my self-esteem.
So what do you like best when you go through it? What was your very favorite thing?
I liked the coding that they did with the bracelets of what you can be as a girl and what superpower you are, and different things to
make your life better, because this is going to make your life better. And of course, Goodwill is involved. Veronica, how is Goodwill involved in the Smart Girl Initiative?
So I'm privileged to be one of the women in the leadership group, and Ashley here is a Goodwill ambassador. And when she approached me about this, we have a youth ambassador program that exemplifies people just like Katie. So it's a partnership to encourage young girls to go through this program, because we all need that empowerment and, you know, girls helping girls.
And direction, because like she said, she found things that she'd never thought to be interested in as a career. So this gives her guidance. Can other businesses and companies be involved?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. They just need to contact me, and they can do that at srqhearmeroar.com. There's information about Smart Girl, and we also have a peer-on-peer mentorship program called Skillshare.
That sounds like a very good program. How can more young ladies be involved? I'm sure every mother out there is saying, oh, I'd like to get my daughter involved.
Absolutely. We open up the application process in the fall, and then we select the Smart Girls who are going to attend the luncheon at the very beginning of the year. We have roughly up to 85 girls attend the luncheon and participate in the workshops and the soft skills training. So the girls need to make sure when we open up the application site that they get on there and fill out those applications and send them in.
Katie, what would you say to a girl your age who said, why should I get involved in that? What would you tell them?
I would tell them because it's really fun. You get to have a lot of opportunities to do more things that are really interesting and that you might be interested to do when you're older, and it's very good for your soul inside so you can get used to yourself better.
Very good, very good. You are going places, young lady. Remember, you knew us when.
Yeah.
And for more information on this, on Smart Girl, you can visit their website. And for more information about many of the programs of Goodwill, Minnesota, you can go to their website. And next, we're going to be talking about hilarious travel hot topics.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Hi, I'm Holly Robinson Pete.
And I'm Rodney Pete. And after 16 years in the NFL, it came as no surprise that knee surgery might be in my future.
And when the doctor said Rodney needed to lose weight before surgery, we knew that Lipozene could help him lose 4 times more weight. It's America's #1 weight loss supplement.
I've already lost 30 pounds in 4 pant sizes. I didn't need a prescription or meal plan.
I've lost 10 pounds, I have more energy, more stamina.
We eat our favorite foods and still lose 4 times more weight.
I'm very impressed with Rodney's weight loss. His blood pressure and cholesterol have really improved. I recommend Lipozene because it's made from the rare konjac root, which contains glucomannan, a very safe and effective weight loss supplement.
Lipozene has no harmful side effects. No caffeine, no jitters, no counting calories.
No cleanses.
No starved diets.
No boot camps.
Nothing in your lifestyle needs to change. Just add Lipozene.
In a clinical study, people were not asked to change their lifestyle and simply add Lipozene. As a result, they lost not just twice the weight, not 3 times, but they lost 4 times more weight just by adding Lipozene. And 78% of that weight loss was fat, not water, but fat.
Rodney and I guarantee that you will lose weight or your money back.
Can we say that?
Yep. Guaranteed, or your money back. So get Lipazine and lose 4 times more weight.
Now you can lose 4 times more weight. Just add Lipazine for only $29.95. Call right now and we'll double your order for free and ship it free too. And for a limited time, we'll double the size of each bottle for free. So now you have 4 times the Lipazine for just $29.95. Plus, you'll get Metabo Up Plus to help boost your energy and metabolism. But you must call. Call 800-379-2824, 800-379-2824, 800-379-2824.
Well, 'tis the season to be traveling, and since Linda and Veronica both just finished up some world travels, we had a little fun story, and hopefully neither one of you had snacks on you, and we'll tell you why. A woman was charged $500 for saving an apple from her flight and bringing it off the plane. The reason? All agricultural items must be declared through customs. An agent searched her bag, found it, and told her that her trip to France was about to get more expensive. So she's flying from France back to the States. She doesn't finish the meal they give her on the plane, puts the apple in the bag, and they fined her $500.
You know, I had been warned about this. I was in Australia, and a lot of people, or some people, bought didgeridoos. You know, they're big wooden things.
Oh, yes.
Like that. And they said, don't take them, either ship them or don't take them at all. They're wood, and they'll never get through.
Oh, sure. And sometimes, are there seeds in them? There's the thing that makes the sound
right,
sometimes.
Right. I never thought about that at all.
I mean, I think most of us know that we can't bring food from another country to here, but on the plane?
But okay, and when I'm thinking food, I'm thinking, I don't know, fish, meat, something.
Yeah.
I've done this so many times because I'm not that healthy person, but I'm like, okay, I feel healthy, I'm gonna take it and eat it later, which I never do. But I could have been that person. Oh,
and
no.
it cost her what?
$500.
Oh, wow,
They
that's
enforced
not
the
fair.
fine. One of her complaints she was saying on social media was that it's inconsistent, and what she'll usually see is if someone does accidentally have something on them, they'll just throw it out. They'll confiscate it. But they fined her. Obviously, I would guess that they're choosing to make an example of her so people don't do this again.
No, do you know what? Delta has to step up. Not to be mean, because they're the ones who gave her the apple. So at the end of the flight, they should make an announcement.
True. I agree. That says if you are if you're planning to keep, if you're not finishing your meal, we have to take it because
I'm
you
throwing
will
it
be
back
fined.
to Delta.
I mean, anything that they give you on the plane, you would think is safe to bring through.
Exactly, because how many times the bottles of water?
Yes, yeah.
Well, the apple was here anyway. It would have been on the plane. So the apple was in this country. It was too late to save the apple. So.
Sure. I mean, I know that it's happened where a lot of people have had to transfer flights, and sometimes even water that you acquire in an airport. Once you're through security, you will then have to lose again because you'll have to go through the next.
Not get fined.
Not get fined. I know. I think the important lesson here is they can always enforce the rules, which I don't think it was fair, but it does make me want to read the small print.
Legal. It's not fair, but it's
heard,
legal.
Don't eat apples. That's what I heard.
See, had this been chocolate or a Bloody Mary, she would have been fine.
That would have been gone.
I feel for her because her trip did get a lot more expensive, but maybe fool me once. What's the phrase? Take my apple once, shame on me. So, all right. Coming up next, West Coast Black Theater previews an amazing celebration happening right here on the Suncoast.
The Spring Fever sales event is going on now at Peterson Toyota of Sarasota. Drive a new 2018 Corolla for only $79 per month, the all-new 2018 Camry for only $119 per month, and 2018 RAV4 for just $129 per month at Peterson Toyota of Sarasota.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Our Suncoast history is rich and varied, from the segregated 1950s to the multicultural melting pot that we are today. But the legal community wants us to understand the importance of lawmaking as part of this social change. Judge Charles Williams, Chief Judge of the 12th Circuit Court, is part of an upcoming program called We Are Sarasota. And he joins guest host Nate Jacobs from West Coast Black Theater Troupe to tell us all about it. So this program, you first performed it in 2012, and this will actually be the second time that you have done it since then. Tell us, what is We Are Sarasota?
Well, We Are Sarasota is a celebration of the multicultural society of Sarasota and our country, and it's based on the civil rights history of the United States. It's a multimedia presentation. We're going to have spoken word, we're going to have song, we're going to have dance, we're going to have dramatic interpretations, all to show how the civil rights movement has shaped Sarasota in terms of its diversity and inclusiveness.
Oh, and Nate, with West Coast Black Theater Troupe being a part of this, there's many different factions of the community involved, musically and otherwise. Tell us how the collaboration works.
Well, we're very happy to be a part of We Are Sarasota. We loved the event last time. It's very powerful, very moving, and to be a part of an event that really encourages inclusiveness and diversity is right down our alley. So we provide about 8 or 9 songs throughout the evening. Some Negro spiritual, to gospel, to Battle Hymn of Republic, our country 'Tis of Thee, that really make people think about our great country and how many diverse people are here and how we need to all work together as one.
This is a very important time to be doing this. I mean, you know, it's always an important time, but especially with the movement that we've seen with some of our younger people in the community. Yes. How has the program involved the younger children?
Well, we're very, very proud of the educational outreach. We're going to have about 600 students that will take part in actually being at the event. But before that, we went out into the schools and sort of gave them a crash course on civil rights history. Sarasota, even though it's not as famous as some of the other cities in the South, had its own civil rights movement, and we explained that to the students and let them know what was accomplished here to make Sarasota what it is today.
That's wonderful. I've run into so many kids that really don't know that. They think this is the way it's always been, and they need to know what people did to make it happen this way.
And I don't know if
Booker
people...
High School is also performing in the actual event.
Oh, that's wonderful to have them brought into this. Do people always understand the importance of lawmaking in, changing society?
No, in fact, that was the impetus for providing this program. The beaches in Sarasota were segregated for obviously years, but it was the law that was changed to enable those beaches to be integrated. The same for the school systems. Even though Brown versus Board of Education was decided in 1954 integrating the schools, it really took lawsuits here in Sarasota County to actually integrate the school system here. And that school system wasn't integrated until really the mid-1960s.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
What did you see happen after the event in 2012, and what do you hope to happen after this one?
Well, in the event, like I was extremely moving, tears, smiles, and you could just tell there was just a great consciousness of we really truly need to work together, and that justice for all. It just should be that.
Yes.
And so that was the feeling. We end with Put a Little Love in Your Heart, with everybody holding hands and smiling and singing together.
It just shows how much better everything is when we work together, how much
Yes.
happier we all are.
I agree.
You mentioned everyone singing together, so music is a huge part of the program. So Nate has brought us a musical preview. So as Nate will head over to the curtain to get ready, we want to let you know that We Are Sarasota is at the Sarasota Opera House on April 30th. This event did sell out very quickly, so you want to get your tickets this year. For tickets, you'll go to the Sarasota Bar's website, which is sarasotabar.com. All right, with Nate Jacobs and many of the wonderful performers from West Coast Black Theater Troupe, here is a preview. Take it away.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He has loosed the faithful lightning of his terrible swift sword. His truth is marching on. In the beauty of the lilies, Christ was born across the sea. Yeah. In the beauty of the lilies, Christ was born across the sea. Yeah. With the glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. Yeah. With the glory in his bosom that transfigures you and me. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free. Let us die. As he died to make men holy, let us die to make men free. His truth is marching on. Yeah. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah. Yes, we sing glory, 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 hallelujah. Yeah. We sing glory, glory, hallelujah. Yeah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Why don't you open your mouth and sing? Yeah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Yes. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Yeah. His truth is marching. His truth is marching. His truth is marching on.
Yes. Fantastic. You are not going to want to miss this event. We Are Sarasota. It did sell out in 2012, so you want to get your tickets now for April 30th. Go to the Sarasota County Bar Association website. Coming up next, we're going to meet some aspiring playwrights. But first, we want to hear more from West Coast Black Theater Troupe. Take it away.
How I got over.
How I got over.
How I got over.
How I got over.
Oh my.
Soul looks back and wonders
Yeah.
how I got over.
Oh, how I got over.
How I got over.
How I got over.
How I got over.
Oh my.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app now.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong. place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at 5 o'clock. The story of a Riverview High School student using a racist sign to ask someone to go to prom has since gone viral. How the incident is affecting the school's reputation. Plus, the latest developments in that Toronto van attack after the suspect is formally charged with murder. Let's get a check on our first alert weather now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Scott, it's beautiful this evening. We're going to look for beautiful conditions, fair skies, and really lower temperatures as far as the dew point goes, which makes the humidity much milder out there. The heavy showers you see here actually associated with the frontal system that moved on through. And as far as our current conditions go, sunshine 77 and the humidity at 60%. Our evening planner looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Temperature of 69 by 11 o'clock tonight under fair skies. And we are calling for, looks like pretty nice weather too on Wednesday. We'll have the details on that coming up at 5. See you then.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5. There's been a huge debate since the tragic Parkland shooting. Should Florida school officials have guns on campus? It's already happening in one nearby school.
Let's just give those same administrators a fighting chance.
ABC 7 is giving you an inside look at the training that could help turn teachers into guardians.
I'm Adam Cellini, and we're going to show you what arming teachers really looks like.
Armed Educators, this Thursday at 6 on ABC 7.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
The ultimate thrill for a playwright is to see their work come to life on stage. And the goal of Theater Odyssey is to encourage budding playwrights and to bring audiences short, innovative works. The 13th annual 10-Minute Play Festival is coming up, and playwrights Dan Higgs and Cece Dwyer are here to tell us more about how they got involved. You're playwrights, both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of opportunity is this for you? To get your play produced, to get your play presented on stage? What kind of opportunity?
It's the cherry on top.
Oh.
Because you start, you write, then you have readings, and then you rewrite, and you rewrite, readings, and rewrite, then you send in your play, and then you get chosen, and that's the cherry on top when you see your play.
Oh.
And the best thing about Theater Odyssey,
yes,
a lot of good things, but the best thing is that they have 8 finalists. And this is not done in any competition that I'm aware of. And each of the finalists get a full, rehearsed, costumed production done. So you win even before, and then if you win the big thing, it's double cherry.
Oh, yeah. So how did y'all get chosen? Dan, how did you get chosen?
Well, you write a play, and they have a period of time where you can submit your play. And you send it in, and then hold your breath. And I held my breath for a couple of months.
Oh, that must have been tough.
And I got a call that my play had been accepted as a finalist. So there are 8 finalists. There were almost 70 plays submitted this year.
Really?
And the region is from Tampa, around north of Tampa, to Fort Myer, and straight on down. So 70 submissions is quite high. I think it's very good.
Yes.
And so we're very proud and happy that our two are 2 of the 8.
2 of the 8, and we'll see all 8 of them.
You'll
and
see
now about judging. We just learned that Nate is one of the judges.
That's right.
Would you like to say something nice to
Yes,
Nate?
no buttering up to him.
Yes, you go and you see some wonderful stuff. I mean, there is some real talent there on the stage, some little powerful plays. So I'm looking forward to it.
How many judges are there?
There are 3 judges. And in fact, we've been at the Oslo in the Cook Theater now for 4 years. But the Theater Odyssey was at West Coast Black Theater for 3 years before that. Before that, it moved around, thus the name Odyssey.
Yes.
I have a question. Is it harder to write a 10-minute play than to write a longer piece?
No.
Oh.
She does both. I haven't done the longer one.
Well, I've been very lucky with my full-length plays. And I just like it better. But the 10-minute is good, too, because I graduated from doing 30-second plays.
Oh, my.
There's not a lot of time for character development.
30, I mean, 60-second plays, 1-minute plays. Now I'm into 10-minute plays. But I have my best luck with my full-length plays.
Do we see them presented? How are they presented on stage?
They're, like I said before, the full productions. It's wonderful. I mean, they have a tech staff for you, sound effects, whatever. Costumes, and minimal set, of course, just to give a little
You would
taste.
have to produce all of that by yourself in order to see your piece done. You would have to front everything by yourself if you didn't have a festival like that.
And play all the characters.
Well, no, and we'd have to like build a theater.
Sure.
Which is really hard.
Right, it is. I can attest to that.
Right.
And you could write a play like this, 10-minute play, and send it to a lot of places in the country, but you're not going to see your own play.
Yeah.
Here, this affords opportunities for playwrights, but also local directors and local actors.
Oh,
too.
yes. That's a good thing. The 10-Minute Play Festival is May 3rd through the 6th. It's going to be at the Oslo Rep, and for tickets, go to the Theater Odyssey website. Next, an important announcement about one of this week's hottest events.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TrueStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
My name is Luke Perry. and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
All right, well, we want to make sure you know that there was a change of date for one of the biggest parties happening this year. The Best of Sarasota party through Sarasota Magazine was supposed to be at Selby Gardens. It had to be rescheduled because of the threat of rain today, Tuesday. So they've actually moved the party to Wednesday, April 25th. The concerns of rain, of course, moved it back, and we still hope everyone can make it. I feel for them because you never know when you have a party that is solely outside and there is that threat of rain, you have to make the call early enough to let everybody know. Yes.
Yeah,
so
I just hope it doesn't rain tomorrow night.
Yes. So fingers crossed, but it is going to still be the same great party. And you can also, of course, still look for the new magazine issue with the Best of Sarasota coming up. Well, we are going to head into the kitchen with Motorworks Brewing and Empire Oyster.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
A promise was made. A promise that hit the beaches of Normandy. A vow that captured Iwo Jima. A contract that weathered Tet. A pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq. An IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
This is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A Booker High School teacher is arrested for child pornography. We'll have the details of that arrest coming up. But first, let's take a quick look at First Alert traffic. Right now, we are seeing some major backups heading east and west on State Road 70 between Lorraine Road and Del Webb Boulevard. Now let's get a check on our First Alert weather forecast with Bob.
Thanks, Jacqueline. A beautiful afternoon as high pressure is building in. Lots of sunshine around. The storms that were around overnight along down to our east now as that cold front continues to work away from the Suncoast. And we're looking at northwest winds now behind that front. And that means look for fair skies tonight and not a problem as far as the current conditions go. We have sunshine. The evening planner looks to be pretty nice. We'll have mostly fair skies right through 11 o'clock. Temperatures into the upper 60s by 11 too, right around 69 degrees. We are anticipating a couple of cold fronts that are away. We'll talk more about that coming up at 5. See you then.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Experience the Classical Music Celebration May 11th and 12th at the historic Sarasota Opera House. World-class musicians include guitar duo Charisma, currently touring with Andrea Bocelli. Tickets available online or by phone.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator, there was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs, stop the crimes.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC 7 to get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. ABC 7, we're here for you.
Coming up Wednesday at 4, we are cleaning up our act, literally. We're being joined by a local soap and bath bakery to learn how to make our very own natural bath products. Suncoast classical music fans have a new reason to celebrate. We'll get a preview of the new classical music celebration coming to the Sarasota Opera. Purchasing a new home does not mean you have to break the bank. We'll look at value properties in Suncoast for sale, plus Southern Steer Butchers joins us in the kitchen.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We're here with Kevin from Empire Oyster and Barry from Motorworks Brewing. Yay. Here we go, everybody.
Yes, what are we making today?
We're going to make a classic French mignonette, which is 3 things: shallots, black pepper, and red wine vinegar. And we're going to shuck some oysters, and we're going to teach this fine gentleman how to shuck his first oyster.
Yes.
Shucking.
Nice glove.
All right.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson glove.
Yes, those are obviously important. Tell us a little bit
These
about
are
the glove.
important. This is a chainmail glove, so it allows you to not be paying attention.
Oh gosh.
Well, not be paying attention while you're
Oh
shucking
my
oysters.
gosh.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no problem. They're not sharp, these knives. They do have a little point, but you know, this allows you to be, you know, safe.
All right, well, do not try this at home, but let's get started. You're going to bring the oysters in.
All right, we got some great oysters here from the West Coast, actually.
Wow. Where did these come from?
These are from Washington State.
Oh, really?
Grown by my friend Ian in Pen Cove Shellfish. So give that a go. You're going to go in the hinge right there, and you're going to try and shuck that thing.
All right, here we go.
Nate, we're all behind.
This is not a race.
Is there any
not a competition?
Is there
no
any
wagering.
advice for him, Kevin? Or for the
Yeah,
rest of us?
just pay attention. Don't try and do it too early. Kind of wiggle the point of the knife in there like a screwdriver first, and then once you get it, you'll feel a little kind of pop. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Like I said, doing this for your first time ever on television, it's a little nerve-wracking.
Obviously, you need one of these gloves if you're going to be trying this.
There it is.
Yay,
you hear that
Nate.
pop?
I heard it.
Now you run that blade along the bottom of the top shell real slowly, and it will open right up.
Look, I'm doing it, y'all.
You got it. Wow.
I got that sucker.
Nate, another skill for your resume.
So you shucked an oyster. Now the real finesse, I'll finish for you because it's hard to explain, but you basically want to separate the oyster, the meat of the animal, from the bottom shell so that it can slide right out into your mouth. Now hold on to that. Hold on to that. We're going to make a quick mignonette. So very simple. Black pepper, little red wine vinegar.
Oh, just a little.
Or a lot. Shallots, which you don't have to dice up, contrary to to common opinion. And you throw that all together. And hopefully we have power.
Yes.
It takes about that long. And that's it. Makes a bunch of noise. Are you ready, sir? It doesn't. You don't get any fresher mignonette than this.
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought you were going to put the oyster in it.
No, ma'am. You put your mignonette on the oyster. So go ahead. Let's see.
All right, Nate.
Oh, Nate.
Here we go, everybody.
No
That's
pressure.
as good as it gets.
Oh, yeah.
Chew real good. Should taste like kissing the sea on the mouth. Yeah. And the best way to finish is with this beautiful Motorworks beer. Barry will tell you all about it.
Yeah, so this is our Pulp Friction. This is a grapefruit IPA, one of the beers that I thought worked very, very well with the different oysters. And the big citrusy notes, which we use Florida citrus in this, just really makes those briny notes from the oyster pop, and then plays really, really nicely with that delicate balance from the oyster.
Wow. I have been educated with
Let me pour you guys one.
So you came up with this specific brew for oysters. This is all leading up to this event that you're doing. Tell us a little bit about the Oyster Social that's coming up.
So we actually have a couple of different beers. So the two beers that we have in front of us were meticulously paired up, and they are part of the unlimited package that we have, where you get unlimited oysters and unlimited beers. There is a set number of tickets for that, though. So if you haven't got yours yet, I highly recommend grabbing those quickly. We are going to do some smaller packages and some a la carte, but those are going to be very limited. So for anyone that's looking to come out and try a bunch of different unique oysters and unique beers, make sure that you book your tickets through our Eventbrite link on the website.
Sure, which
otherwise,
they can find
you might
right at
not
Motorworks
have
Brewing.
Any luck.
Tell us a little
As
bit
for
about the
beer-
first, the IPA. Tell us about the IPA first.
Sure. So that's our Pulp Friction. It's a grapefruit IPA. Really nice citrusy notes from the Florida grapefruit usage. Then we have our Cruiser Kolsch, which is the other lighter one that we have in front of us. That's a German-influenced light lager. Then we took our actual oysters and shellfish. So if you have shellfish allergies, that one's not for you. But we actually took oysters and brewed a beer with it.
Wow.
So we did an oyster stout, and then we did another oyster saison that was actually called Empire Saison that we are meticulously paired with those oysters.
All great brews. You can find them all at Motorworks Brewing. You can come to the event Saturday, April 28th, and get all the information on the website. Thank you both. It was great to have you for a shucking lesson.
Yeah.
Nate, very impressed. Very
I
impressed.
did good.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was taught by a pro,
Don't you
though.
forget,
Here we
take
go.
some time. Enjoy the Suncoast view.